Let's start with a kind of a wild idea. What if the real key to becoming stronger and more resilient isn't some perfect color-coded plan, but your own personal chaos? Today we're going to dive right into that. We'll explore why your personal messiness might just be your greatest secret weapon.
I'm guessing you're nodding along right now, because who hasn't been there? It's that classic, frustrating feeling, right? An expert gives you this flawless, super optimized system, and for whatever reason, you just can't make it work. It feels like a total personal failure. But what if it's not you? Seriously, what if the problem is the plan itself?
So here's our game plan. We're going to expose the tyranny of these so-called perfect plans. Then we'll get into why you instinctively push back against them and explore the deep evolutionary reason you crave control. After that, we'll flip the script and reframe your chaos as your own personal laboratory for growth. And of course, I'll give you 3 solid practical steps to build real resilience. All right, first things first. Let's tackle the core issue here. This massive clash between a clean, rigid plan someone else gives you and the messy, unpredictable reality of your own life. Understanding this tension is, well, it's everything.
Just look at this. On one side, you've got imposed peace. Think of it like a black box. You're just told to follow the rules, no questions asked. You don't know why it works, you just comply. And that makes the whole system incredibly brittle. But on the other side, you've got your chaos. Yeah, it's messy, but it's totally transparent. It's your process. You learn from direct feedback, which makes you adaptive and super resilient. And this leads us to something called the black box fallacy. It's this belief that some expert can just hand you a rigid protocol and it'll work perfectly, completely ignoring the messy, chaotic reality of your actual life. They see a simple machine. You live in a complex, shifting world. That perfect plan misses all the little details that only you know about yourself. And you instinctively know your own chaotic process has a better shot because at least you can see what's going on inside. So, if we know these perfect plans often don't work, why do we resist them so hard? Why that gut reaction? Well, the answer isn't that you have a character flaw. It's actually a built-in feature of being human.
The official term for this is reactance. You know the feeling. It's that immediate, don't tell me what to do vibe you get when you feel like your freedom is being threatened. It's that little voice inside that just screams, you can't make me. And this drive to take back control is so strong that sometimes we'll even do the opposite of what we're told, just to prove we're the ones in charge.
Think about a diet, for example. You get this rigid, perfect plan. It feels condescending, restrictive, and boom, reactance kicks in. So what happens? You ditch it for your own messy but personalized plan. It might not look perfect on paper, but you know what? It's sustainable. Why? Because you're in control.
But wait, it gets even deeper. This isn't just psychology. This resistance, it's literally hardwired into our DNA. It's an ancient survival switch that has kept us humans going for a very, very long time.
It's called our internal locus of control. You can think of it as our evolutionary superpower. This ability to sense what's happening around us, to poke and prod things, to see what happens, and then learn from it. That is the single biggest advantage that helped our ancestors survive a really dangerous world. So when some external system gets forced on us, it feels like it's trying to flip that survival switch off.
See, when you create your own systems, you own the feedback loop. You try something, you see the result, you learn, you adjust. It's a cycle. But when you're just forced to comply, that loop gets cut. You're just a cog in a machine you don't really understand, and you're not learning anymore.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem with imposed order. Now let's get to the really exciting part, the solution. And it all comes down to a really powerful change in perspective about that one thing we're always trying to get rid of, our own personal chaos. I absolutely love this quote from the source material. The chaos is not the enemy. It is the laboratory. That's it. That's the entire mindset shift right there. Your messy life, your imperfect routines, all that trial and error, that's not a bug. That's the feature. That is where all the real learning, the real innovation, and the real strength building actually happens.
An imposed peace is brittle. The moment it hits real-world stress, it shatters. But your controlled chaos, it's anti-fragile. It doesn't just survive stress, it actually uses stress to get better, to adapt, and to make you stronger. You are always evolving.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we stop fighting our own chaos and start using it as our own personal lab? Well, Here is a simple 3-step guide to get you started right now.
Okay, step 1, audit the perfect. Look around your life. What's that one rigid system that just makes you feel bad? That budget that makes you feel guilty for buying a coffee? That workout plan you dread? Find it. Step 2, design your mess. Create your own version. Maybe your messy budget is just tracking your spending for a month, no judgment, just to see where it goes. Your messy workout? Maybe it's just a 15-minute walk. It's not perfect, but it's 100% yours. And step 3, own the feedback. This is the fun part. You become the scientist of you. Did you stick with the walk? How did it feel? What did you learn from tracking your spending? You test, you adapt, you learn, you own all the data.
And this brings us to the biggest takeaway of all. The goal isn't to have a perfectly neat, stress-free life. I mean, let's be real, that's a total fantasy. Real lasting strength comes from building the internal skills, your personal protocols, to navigate the inevitable chaos of reality.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Just take a second and think about it. What rigid, perfect system in your life is just begging to be torn down and replaced by your own powerful, personalized, and wonderfully controlled chaos? The laboratory is officially open.